Hi, today we are going to have an interview session regarding cultures on one country. So let me introduce our speakers today. They are from Indonesia, and one of them are staying in Manila, Philippines, and one of them are staying in Indonesia. So I would like you guys to introduce yourself a bit.
My name is Irfan. I'm from Indonesia, but currently I'm staying at Manila for my study. I'm pursuing my degree in University Center Thomas in engineering field.
Hello, my name is Abang Alif and I am an Indonesian who has lived here since I was born. I am a project manager at Telkom Indonesia and I've been working here for like 6 years.
Um, okay, I'm gonna proceed with the first question. What is your reaction towards the expanding power of English locally and globally within Indonesia? So, can speaker one speak first?
Alright, so I think English is used as a common language even though there are some variation in habits, cultures, traditional regions, and idiosyncratic aspects. As English has got the common qualities, it has been accepted as the global language among the speakers of thousands of different languages. The whole world has become a global village, and the people have to maintain a good relationship with the others.
I think the policy in Indonesia has never recognized the English as an official or second language. While the national language is spoken today by a majority of the population, the situation is multilingual with many also speaking one or more of the local vernacular. One major consequence of the globalization is the increased spread and interconnectedness of language. In particular, the English language, it is known that the English language is becoming increasingly widespread across the globe.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to proceed with the second question. So, what can you say about the history, development, influence, and current progress or use of English language in Philippines? For the Philippines is for the speaker two, and Indonesia is for the speaker one.
English is taught me in school as one of the two official languages of the country. They are either being Filipino, or you can call Tagalog. Due to the influence of Filipino English teachers overseas, Philippine English is also becoming the prevalent variety of English being learned in the Far East as taught by Filipino teachers in various Asian countries, such as Korean, Japan, and Thailand. Among others, due to the highly multilingual nature of the Philippines, code switching such as Tanglish, that is Tagalog, Infused English, and Bislish. English infused with any of the Visayan language is prevalent across domains from casual setting to formal situation.
Indonesia is a multilingual country with various local languages and language courses on various foreign languages. Among the foreign languages, English and Chinese are the prominent ones. With regards to many languages that live in Indonesia, it is interesting to see the position of this language like Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia itself, vernacular languages, and foreign languages such as Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Arabic, French, German, Dutch, and of course, English in Indonesia.
Okay, I see. And for the next question, in terms of phonological, grammatical, and lexical, how the elements or features of localized version of English or variety of English found in your country?
Filipina is prince of Western colonies and its linguistic in fact has been unique. Instead, there have been two colonizers in stations. It spread rapidly to the detriment of Spanish because it was a new language of government, preferment, and education. Incentives to learn English include requirement into the civil service and study in the US.
Indonesia is a home for various languages, dialects, and cultures. Living in such multilingual setting, Indonesians recognize three main groups of languages, namely national, local, and foreign languages. Although English in this case is still regarded by most people as foreign tongue, it has actually outpaced the others in terms of its number of learners and how it is used in other countries. In Indonesia, English has to become the most renowned and widely learned international languages.
The next one is, how do the speakers characterize their own relation to English, the localized version of English, and other native foreign heritage language in their family's repertoire?
Establishing language reporters is not an easy task, as Italian American, particularly those who were born in the US, may use the term Italian ambiguously either to refer to the national standard or to the dialect of their parents and grandparents. This is not the case for older immigrants born in Italy who clearly understand the distinction between dialect and national standard and relate these two varieties to class distinctions. Establishing language reporters. Thank you.
Language is intrinsic to the expression of culture. Language is a fundamental aspect of cultural identity. It is mean which we convey our innermost self from generation to generation. It is through language that we transmit and express our culture and its value. The immigrants who settle in a country where a different language is spoken face unique challenges as children, while grown-ups assimilate this issue and have to handle matters of personal and cultural identity. Their circumstances can get even more challenging when dominant culture in the host country underestimates the native language of the immigrant.
Okay, last but not least, to what extent does the use of English challenge the local norms and attitudes about language?
English as a world language is now increasingly used for international and intercultural communication and can be considered as the most leading foreign language. Enjoying great prestige in many countries around the world, with the global spread of English, the number of English speakers has been increasing, and the continued contact with this language has been popularized. English as an international language as well as a pluralistic view of English referred to as World English.
One's proficiency in a second language is difficult to be seen if the purpose and attitude is not set by the individual who is learning the language. However, positive attitude always strengthens the motivation. There are also situations where one show a natural feeling toward a second language learning when they have no choice but to learn the language in order to complete their school requirements.
Alright, thank you. We really appreciate that you can spend your time with us for this session. Thank you again and have a good day. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Assalamualaikum and hi. So today our group gonna present about our project presentation. So our group member is me, Nurfarahin Syafiqah, Muhammad Alif Firdaus, Muhammad Daniel Hakimi, and Muhammad Waiz Izzat. Next slide. So, New Englishes. The term New Englishes refers to regional and national varieties of the English language used in places where it is not the mother tongue of the majority of the population. The phrase is also known as the new varieties of English, non-native varieties of English, and non-native institutionalized varieties of English. Next. So we choose two speakers to interview. So the first one is Ahmad Irfan. He is 25 years old and he is an engineering student at University Santo Tomas Manila. And the second speaker is Abang Alif Haikal. He is 27 years old and a project manager at Telkom Indonesia, sorry, and he is born and raised in Indonesia.
Okay, these are the questions that we asked them. And first of all, is about what is your reaction towards the expanding power of English locally and globally within Indonesia? And for the answer for the speaker one is English is used as a common language, even though there are some variation in habits, culture, traditions, regions, and industriality aspects. As English has got the common qualities, it has been accepted as the global language among the speakers of thousands of different languages. The whole world has become a global village and the people have to maintain good relationship with the others. And for the speaker two, the answer is in Indonesia, English has never been recognized as an official or second language. While the national language is still used by the majority of the population, many people also speak one or more of the local vernaculars. The greater dissemination and interconnection of language, particularly the English language, is a key effect of the globalization. It is well known that the English language is becoming more widely used all over the world. And these are the for the question two. And the question is, what can you say about the history, development, influence, and current progress of use of English language in Indonesia? And for the speaker one is English is taught in school as one of the country's two official language, the other being Filipino or Tagalog. Because of the immigration of Filipino English inside the abroad, Philippine English is also becoming the most common variant of English being learned in the Far East, as taught by Filipino teachers in different Asian nations such as Korea, Japan, and Thailand, among others. Because of the Philippines' highly multilingual character code-switching such as Tanglish, or we know as Tagalog influent English, and British, which is English infused with any of the Visayan language, is common throughout Romance ranging from informal settings to official occasion. And for the speaker two, the answer is Indonesia is a multilingual country with the variety of native language as well as language classes in a variety of foreign language. English and Chinese are the most common foreign language. It's fascinating to know the status of various languages such as Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia itself. Vernacular language and other languages such as Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Arabic, French, German, Dutch, and of course English in Indonesia.
And the next question, in terms of phonological, grammatical, and lexical, how the elements or features of localized version of English or variety of English found at your country? And speaker one answers, in that there have been two invaders in succession, the Filipino experience of Western colonialism and its language impacts has been unusual because it was a new language of administration, government, and education. It expanded greatly to the disadvantage of Spanish. Incentive to learn English included civil service, recruitment, and education in the United States. Next because Indonesia is home to the diverse range of languages, dialects, and cultures. Living in such a multilingual environment, Indonesia distinguishes three major types of languages: national, local, or vernacular, and foreign. Although English is still considered a foreign language by the majority of people in this nation, it has surpassed the others in terms of the number of learners and how it is utilized in the country. English has become the most well-known and extensively studied international language in Indonesia. For the first question, how do the speakers characterize their own relation to English, the localized version of English, and other native foreign heritage language in their families repertoire? Speaker 1, it is difficult to establish linguistic repertoire because Indonesians, particularly those born in Indonesia, may use the term Indonesian ambiguously to refer to either the national standard or the dialect of their parents and grandparents. This is not the case with elder immigrants born in the state who comprehend the distinction between the dialect and national standard and associate the two types with class differences. The other speakers, language is inextricably linked to cultural expression. Language is an essential component of cultural identity. It is the vehicle to which we pass on our inner self from generation to generation. We communicate and convey our culture and its values via language. As youngsters, immigrants who have arrived in nation with a different language is often have specific obstacles, whereas adults take note of the issue and must deal with issues of personal and cultural identity. When the prevailing culture in the host nation and the values the immigrants' original language, the situation might become even more difficult.
And the last question, which is question 5. To what extent does the use of English challenge the local norms or attitudes about the language? And speaker 1 answered, English as a world language is now increasingly utilized for international and intercultural communication, and it is often regarded as the most important foreign language with high regard in many nations throughout the world. The global growth of English has increased the number of English speakers, and constant interaction with this language has popularized English as an international language, as well as a pluralistic perspective of English known as World Englishes. And for speaker 2, it is difficult to assess one's ability in a second language if the individual studying the language does not have a clear objective and attitude. However, a good attitude always boosts motivation. There are also instances where a person exhibits a neutral attitude towards second language acquisition since they have no option but to study the language in order to fulfill a school requirement. So that's all from us. Thank you.